C9 playing the retake. They've given the space up.
Already reclaiming mid control. Checking for all of those lurks, but the man of the moment, the man we've been mentioning throughout this tournament, Jorgamo's going to be there to kick it off, and it seems like they're well aware of the positioning from Moose. He'll be cleared out with not too much trouble. The defense already under serious pressure.
They are. Paranoia's done well.
Okay.
Trent sent back in C9. Well, the pressure was on, but starting to get a little bit easier. The numbers equalize, but the health bar is certainly in favor of G2. Now dropping to just 2 players remaining. Just 1, in fact, with Valorant having to do it all. And he very nearly got it across the line. Rossi, the one to step in for the thing up. Moose very nearly lost that setup that is so important. And now those smokes are gone. Oxy at least trades it out. An initiator gone, but we saw the impact those smokes had up against pistols, slowing them down. Here with rifles, it would have been invaluable, and with damage done to Oxy and Moose, this is going to be a difficult round. Oh, okay. To drop weapons in, well, they've certainly done well.
Yeah, they're re-aggressing. Pushing into Jorgamo, ready and waiting on the angle, but he doesn't expect another player to be that close. To stun is perfect as well. And now Trent is all that's remaining. But this man in clutch situations has built her name for herself already. A 1 versus 3, turn 2, spike down, and they've repositioned completely. They've given up that spike control, and well, from his perspective, you'd somewhat expect that someone would be around this corner.
You're going to be cautious. You're going to be slow. I like that they've grouped up on C9. This is a round they shouldn't have been in with that much of a chance of winning. Really, damage was the question again. It's how they usually go. Round 3 should fall to G2, and there has to be Trent to clutch it out. He's got to read. Oh. He's read it perfectly, but the shots don't land.
Force them back a little bit longer. And in fact, they're going to go for a full rotation back into the site, maybe expecting it only to be Moose here. And well, now they're correct.
Had to chip away at it a little bit first. In goes the Nightfall.
30 seconds
Space conceded by Moose. He'll let them onto the site. The plan now looks undeniable. I see some spams, though. That Phantom being put to use. No tracers, but, well, he steps out a little bit too wide. Not expecting Trent to be quite that close already. Now this becomes a much more difficult affair. Neural Theft revealing the position of these players. Vic on 10 HP. And an ult for Rossi that I think will be saved for the next round. Finally, it seems like G2 have been able to disrupt C9's winning ways.
Yeah, and it was somewhat a gamble, like splitting across the map, basically doubling up their support for Leaf, who'd basically been playing that lurker role for a lot of this map, and just lit up from G2. They really are trying to sell these ideas straight away. We've seen that Nightfall go in on the other side, and because of that, Oxy's given up his position. It was a ruse that initially worked, but he's still fighting, still battling, but eventually loses his life. He was surrounded. Valen had already moved into the back of the site. Had to try and take those aggressive positions, but that was a misread from C9. They used an ult over on the other side of the map, believing that it was a play in towards A because of the paranoia that was used by Valen, and then he's the one that takes the space as well. Great take from G2.
Yeah, cerebral play from that attacking side, and the fact that Oxy pulled off that angle meant that Jonah P now late in the round has the Rolling Thunder. He would have been the first to be picked off. He would have been taken down. Trent even playing the late lurk. Rolling Thunder is being used to again delay that defensive side, and they are just running into this meat grinder. No information, playing it blind and hoping the stun comes in, and they just about make it out. Jonah P holding his ground though. This man could have been dead to rights to that op. Instead, he's running the clock lower, and even though they take him down, the round is too far gone. G2.
Change of pace from G2. They sold the ruses in the last. Nice. It's a really good trip, though. A sneaky one in the backlines, and actually Oxy's still going. A lot of damage being done by the side of C9. What? In fact, even a knife kill coming through. Valen's the one to hit the deck. His counter IGL has done the work. And while Leaf now set to 5 versus 5, it would have to be severe errors from this point for C9 to lose the round.
Oh, I mean, I guess Oxy wanted an orb, and I think he ended up with 2, so better than he could have bargained for, I suppose. Leaf trying his best to get those spams out so he can fire right back with the Phantom, but being sent to the corner. The spike down in the open. He has to just run into this setup. Still a trap to his left if he tucks into the little cubby. And it's actually been repositioned just now to right inside of main, so Leaf, no way in there.
For G2, they're going to try and switch things back up. Immediately caught out by the trip. The information is there for Moose, but they have already lost themselves Zephyr.
Spike planted.
One man down, the paranoia pumping the brakes on any sort of aggression from that defensive side. G2 feeling out the space. Looks like Trent wants to step forward. Leaf has caught them inside the market. The space seized by Trent, right? Boom! Behind that smoke. Rossi taking the words out of my mouth. Got ahead of the problem. Oxy, though, dancing around, closes this one out. Another 3 G2 are after, but Oxy's ready this time. The stun, though, sends him the other way. Jogamo chasing him down. Wants that kill. He's hungry, but Moose is there. Trading it out is Valen. 2 quick kills, and the spike is on the site.
Yeah, they've already taken control. He can safely move over. A messy start to the round, but Valen's given them an opportunity. The post plant in main definitely not as strong as it used to be, and again, we have to talk about these retakes, but you can look at that ultimate being online for Rossi. You can't play aggressively, you can't play forward, otherwise you're gonna get caught. The attempted TP back, but now they are isolated in main.
Oh, Valen's at least gonna heal up some of that decayed away health. Still down to 26, but he's good for a 3rd kill. The defuse underway. They might not realize
they think
they got the diffuser, but they realize just in time.
Of a comeback or just another blip on the C9 radar. Once more, you talk about that seize from Rossi. It's an agent he's picked up, but Jorgamo combines with Trent. And that's the A site open for business.
That it is. Spike dropped over to Jonah P, just 1 orb away from the Rolling Thunder. They've been spotted, and C9 are ready. Oxy's going through this. He is hungry. He always is aggressive, and straight in onto Jonah P. He's got his ult now, one way or another. The round may still fall to G2. Quick kills by Valen secure the site. Leaf has thread the needle, but he's spotted at the last second, and Oxy takes him down. 3 players now coming in from main, and G2, they have an idea. They've smoked it off. They've got spawn control. That's gonna be their safe haven. That's their fallback spot just in case it's needed. With the spike plant a little bit more in the open, they will have to step out to contest it. A little fast lane for Jogamo, right into the battle, but right out of it, it's Rossi, punished after 1. The defenders running low on time, but the attackers running low on personnel. It's Trent with the shorty, dropping in from the shadows.
Oxy, though, already looking to get up in their face.
Certainly aggressive. The shots weren't landing to start. It bought a little bit of space, a little bit of time. Jogamo, he's got the frenzy, and they know exactly where he is, but they have to take the fight on his terms. Zeppa, although he grabs 1, drops right after. Leaf putting up a bit of a battle, 74 HP. Manages to slip behind the boxes. His teammate on the other side, though, is being isolated, being focused, and being dropped, but in he comes! Leaf, one hell of a try. He has given up the position. Now he's going back in. The weaker weapons up close, ready for the fight, and winning it. That is why I was worried. Jonah P has been isolated, dropped, taken out of the round, and as a result, the B site's open for business. The plant is coming in, and G2, now they have to fight into these weaker weapons. Take the fight on their terms. Rossi's been tagged through that smoke, down to 8 HP. He's still sticking up there. Spam's going right past him. Right where he was just a second ago. But he slips out with his life still intact.
He's pulling off crazy rounds left and right, but so far Valen has started things off well. Moose still in the close corner. They might expect this to be clear with how far forward they've got already, but he's dealt with. Rossi left on just 8 HP. Spams here would be risky. It's going to be his teammate instead, and Vic has done well. Rossi's caught another, and now Leaf is all the remain. He will fall as well. I believe it was a team bit of utility that might have caught out Oxy at the beginning of this round. They have to go here and now. He's in the same spot, by the way. They have to clear this, but it's easier said than done. Still alive, still kicking, buys a little bit of extra time. Time enough, but what is that from Oxy? A cleanup, goes looking for a little bit more. This man wants to end this here and now, but they've got to watch out for the flank. They've taken aggressive control. Valen is in behind, but they are checking for it. They are aware. They are ready for players to push, and speaking of pushing, Oxy wants that a little bit more. Wants to try and end this round on his own. Rossi in the corner will clean up. One is alongside Oxy again.
Waiting for the reaction of their opponents and then popping in the Rolling Thunder. Oxy, the one to lead the charge and take the space. As a result, Moose falls. Trap's now gone. The back open, but it looks like, again, we're going to see the fade. Cleaning that up, it's Rossi moving his way around to the elbow, needing assistance on the side as Oxy very much isolated at this point. The information in the hands of G2 as Rossi picks one, and Oxy, this duo, clutch after clutch, and with just a fraction of a HP bar, they've done it again. 13-5 for C9, and G2, they look like a challenge. And early on, it's Valen walking right into the army of C9. They've got plenty more players looking to swing, and Trent found that out the hard way. Both players on a taken down, and this just throws the defense of G2 into disarray.
Yeah, look at the rotation. Of course, you've had an immediate pull towards that A side of the map, but the majority of this C9 roster was ready and waiting, watching for that spike to now come back over to the B site to join them. And only one man really standing anywhere near that action. Jorgamo has to almost try and find one and just get out of there, and he just gets domed immediately. Zeppa takes him out. Leaf trying to be the hero, but he meets the same fate.
Well, quite a quick conclusion to the pistols. If I'm not mistaken, that will be 3 for 3 for C9, and that can't be understated. The benefit of having those injections of rounds. It was a 4-0 start on the previous map, and well, if G2 had a 4-0 start, they'd have a hell of a lot more rounds than they did. Jonah P going to attempt to recover, but a firing squad awaits him. They know there's a player there. Stun goes in immediately. Here's the utility, and there's the stinger. Oxy traded out. And Valen has to give up that position as he steps back in. He finds out just why they should have conceded control. C9 in a 4 versus 3, and G2 again on the back foot in the buy round.
This is the ult as well for Zeppa. That plant's going to get all that utility gone from the side of G2. Yeah, why not? You're playing a bonus round. Sure, now you have the rifles to play with, but you disallow Jorgamo going for those pacey takes. You remove any flashes, although he has managed to drop the KO. That will eventually become evening up of the scoreline, but you can already see how passive this post plant has become. Nice. Finally, Zeppa will drop, but there's so much more still to find already. Using the grab well to pull them out of position. A push through to try and deny. It's a nice shot from Jorgamo, but still nobody left on that defusal, and it won't be enough. Another triple to add to the collection.
Try to battle as 3. This is a beautiful strategy. G2 should be caught off guard. Jonah P needs to hold strong. Good for the first and the second. All 3! Jonah P puts a stop to this madness. A C9 finally taste defeat on Pearl.
For a hit on the other side of the map. And you can see at the moment, G2 constantly trying to rotate around. The jump from Trent gets absolutely nothing, and now what was a bait to try and get them to rotate to B leaves one man to try and defend it all. Leaf versus the wall goes peeking, and he's already being spammed out. Has to retreat. That afterplant will come in. And already, having yourself a Hunter's Fury in this position, I don't know if there's a way back into this round for G2.
I mean, they tried, they threw something out, Leaf walking through the smoke, but the dart from Rossi, it pinged him as he stepped out of the smoke. My man went in blind, and well, they revealed him right away.
So
Moose, he's been patiently waiting for his chance to strike. And as Leaf falls, Jonah P and Valen seek to save their weapons, but Moose is not going to allow that. He can't quite retreat in the same manner, and he's trapped in the corner. The nade, the Hunter's Fury, and the spams. Trent puts himself on the board at long last. It's been a tough start, but they are more than ready for this step out. Again, he looks for the information, this time escaping with his life. Last round, it cost him it. But the advantage still firmly for C9. He's going to try to retrieve at least a kill. There's a tag, and the follow-up is close. But again, C9 escape, not unscathed, but with the advantage intact. Leaf.
It seems like the round comes down to his positioning. Are they going to expect anybody to be this far forward? He gets the one, but the trade is there immediately. It's a lot of damage done onto Vic. It gives his teammates an opportunity and at least buys them a little bit of time. But with the way the push and pull has gone, the way that they've been happy to switch back to the other side of the map.
That shock almost got Vic. Nanos?
The thing is, they don't know.
30
Divide
seconds
blocked
left.
it. And it blocked the turret as well.
Planted.
Yeah, well, also Leaf is dead.
Oh, yeah, of course. So the Nanos will do nothing.
yeah.
Unlucky.
If he was alive,
I saw the 10 HP, I
saw
saw the map, I got excited. Shock dart was damn close, though. Trent's read on the timing of that round was almost impeccable.
Yeah, but unfortunately now they have to sit up against this passive post plant. Always been difficult, especially when fighting up against that Astra. There isn't a whole lot else to play with, though. That's the one real worry for the side of C9. But never mind, It's all too easy for Xeppaa. Peeks out.
This tournament's all been about questioning power levels. C9 seem to have set themselves up as a more dominant squad. Second lurk up from Vic, and it's caught them Balan. It's taken smokes out, and Jonah P, isolated in the open, leaves the advantage towards C9. They're still going, and that, well, is a lifeline for G2.
Yeah, that's not a bad position at all. Lockdown available, but on this B site, it can be awkward to find a spot. It always leaves gaps. You can see the back of the B site is problematic. Oxy's looking to try and play ahead of it. Right ahead of it. In fact, the timing's going to be everything. Now just needs to escape to a safe spot, has his teammates waiting patiently. They can't clear him from this position. Rossi is going to have to try and defend his teammate just about long enough. Gun back in hand for Oxy. Now he can swim back out. Now they can look to work together. Just enough time has been bought, and his teammate's still sitting passively, still ready for that tap to be made. It leaves Oxy to do it all, and even while being caught by a lock. The only real thing to look at is Jorgamo having a gun and having his ult. That's not a bad start. Already catching out onto one. In fact, he takes down 3! We're talking about him being a bit quiet. This could be the exact step up they need. Maybe the coach saying, remember who you are. Already. 3 to his name. A ratty little angle. I don't know if he's going to be able to stop him. Looks to pull him out of position, just find a gap around the edge. But there isn't really more to be had, you'd think, for Vic. It is going to be around the pause. Successful.
That knife means he's here on time. A third player ready to defend. He second-guessed himself, but he's still around. Sliding into position. Hunter's Fury forces Valen into the open. Jonah P does well to at least hold the line for now, but Oxy is still looking for more around the back! He threads the needle! And it's a killing blow to G2's defense. 4 versus 2. An exit to Red Bull home ground at this stage. After a battle like that, they're not happy with it. They've taken down Fnatic. And C9, the next name on the list, Leaf, onto Rossi, leaves Vic alone. A 1v2, they don't know where he is. Element of surprise still there, but he doesn't get the kill, and Leaf responds. A third.
This Cosmic Divide allows them
Where are they going?
fight towards the elbow. They're looking like they might have to push through their own utility, but that's if they even get that far. They're getting slaughtered on the way in. Vic has at least been able to clear out one player. They know that Valen is sat towards the pit, waiting, trying to hold on as long as possible while his teammates look to wrap around. He's bought them time, and this plant needs to go down and needs to go down now. But already, Jorgamo is upon them. The spike goes down.
Quite be as easy with this composition. Jonah P straight in the doors. And Xeppaa closed that one on his nose. 5 versus 4. And Oxy has decided to keep playing the attack side. He is right up behind them, and with Spike drop, they will take that space and hold on tight.
I can understand from the perspective of G2, like you don't expect someone to continue to push that, but now they have to go back. That's such an important kill for Jorgamo to get it, but then the wraparound again. That is 2 players caught in the back for the side of G2. The positioning from C9 is absurd. They've got a player in the spawn right now, but they still have Moose sat with his util and Vic there on the site. They have them completely trapped in.
Xeppaa's here to help in Art with a flash, primed and ready. Low HP as a ghost to spam. Vic's gone down, but there's the trade. And then the flash pops, and the swing. Moose not facing a blinded opponent, but with low HP, Jorgamo wasn't going. There's even a chance that he pushes out of it. No real utility here, but we're just seeing Xeppaa arrive. No flashes, though. So Oxy just has to do it on individual skill, and that doesn't seem to be too bad for the first, at least. He's seen another. The spams, the classic comes out, and the trades from his teammate, keeping it doable. Leaf down to 36, doing his best up against 2, dodging the shock darts, but not the bullets. This is a death blow from C9. Waiting for them might not be expected. If they go running into it, it could be a disaster. Now there's no one there to punish.
Do they still expect Moose?
Has to be cleared from this corner, and he's got the perfect timing. A clean kill, and the info as a result. But Jonah P punishes.
That's such an important trade. They're still going to have the reveal, still have the information, but nobody really there to punish. A nice shot to start with, and a tag tag connected by Rossi. He could get 2 for 1. He's not far away. Trent on just 1 health. Stuck in the corner, 20 seconds. They got to retrieve the spike, and now it's left all onto Leaf. To get a plant here, it's going to be difficult, and you can see just how controlled Cloud9 are being. They were waiting for this player to try and make a move. Spam with utility. The stun even connects as well. It is perfection. And already an aggressive start to this round. It is a direct take to try and bring things back, and already it is another nail in the coffin. A 3 versus 5. Weaker weaponry. A lockdown put into play, and for the side of C9, you go, okay, I don't even need to fight this. There is no reason for us to overcommit, to overplay our hand, or to overheat, as it was so kindly put by Valorant. Now he sits as one of the 3 players left to try and fight this back.
Seppa has a bit of timing, and he's tagged up, but the punish still not there. These are kills they need. These are kills they need! And G2 have Jogamo to try to recover. A desperate attempt, and he's making a beautiful display of it. Swinging out for 1 more, but he's stopped at the last hurdle. A dominant series for C9 as they book themselves a spot in the Red Bull Home Ground Grand Final.